Hey, what is up guys, GuitarRock here. If you guys are watching this video, that means my YouTube channel has been unbanned. Alright, so we were going through a 7-day strike period, basically of no uploading, no posting any videos, and you cannot make any community posts to basically tell you guys. But in case you guys, some of you guys I noticed have been following me on other places, for example on Twitter, on X, or some of you guys were watching this particular video as well on my GuitarRock Foods channel, right? So which a lot of you guys, you have left very wholesome comments right there, appreciate it. But for those of you who live under the rock, what actually happened? What led to the, the channel getting strike, and what is actually the main gist of it, right? I'm going to try to break it down for you guys, so hopefully you guys are aware of what actually happened. So about 7 days ago, alright, so this happened on last Saturday, on March 7th, alright, so we did a live stream on GuitarRock first. So that particular live stream, it got a warning, so because of this particular thing. It was a big live stream for Brown Dust 2, they had a special exclusive live stream for the 1000th day special stream. Now as you can see, right here, I got this particular warning, right? Now this one, in my opinion, it was a fair warning. So what happened is, they basically say that I didn't follow the community guidelines, alright? And at this particular period of time, nudity and sexual content policy at this particular period of time, right? So basically, it was of this character called Olivia. If you guys don't know who that is, you can look it up if you want to. That was playing with a sex toy, essentially, right? So content with implied sexual conduct or use of sex toys that's meant to be sexually gratifying isn't allowed on YouTube. Alright, so there you can see that is going to be the first warning on GuitarRock first. I feel like this one was fair because right now at this particular moment, whatever happened to my channel, that particular live stream, has ever since been deleted by YouTube, right? You can see if I go to this channel right here, I go to the live stream, right? And you can see that particular live stream has been deleted. It was supposed to be one live stream later than this particular one. You can no longer access that particular live stream, and I think YouTube did a good job, at least in their part, of trying to apply the rule evenly. Alright, so even in the official Brown Dust 2 channel, you can see right here, if I go to the official Brown Dust 2 channel, the official one for the global one, even their channel was affected, right? Theirs has been removed as well. Same goes for this particular one for the Brown Dust 2 JP. You can see that particular live stream as well was deleted. So I was watching the live stream for the Brown Dust 2 1000 day anniversary, and all 3 channels that, as far as I know, was affected, all the live streams were deleted. I believe all of us got a warning. I'm not sure, right? I can't speak for their behalf, but at least for my part, I got that particular warning. Now, I made a very big mistake right here. I have one rule in terms of like whatever that's been uploaded on YouTube, I tend to have this particular mindset that it should be okay, right? Because it's on YouTube. If this particular content is on YouTube, that means it should be allowed. But it seems like that's no longer the case, because you can see sometimes, the developers themselves make the mistake. And definitely that's going to be on my part, very crucial mistake right there, to basically try to lean that responsibility to that other person to know the rules well enough to upload certain stuff that's allowed or not allowed on YouTube, right? But that's what it is. So you're going to get a warning. Essentially, the warning doesn't really hurt you in whatsoever. Outside of that particular stream or that particular video getting deleted, that's pretty much it. Now, the warnings stay on your channel for 90 days. Within the 90 days, if you do the same thing again, that pretty much is going to lead your channel into a strike. And that's going to be what happened. On that particular same day, I went to one more live stream. I live stream a lot, right? So I did 2 live streams in one day, which is kind of insane, right? One more live stream, bam, and I went and talked about what happened in that particular incident, right? Now you can see right here, that's where I got this strike, alright? So essentially, strike is going to be the same thing as the warning. Your content was removed due to violation of our community guidelines. So there's going to be 7 days left in your penalty period. You cannot do anything like uploading, posts, or live streaming, right? And as you can see, this expires on June 6th. This is going to be the title of that particular thing, right? They messed up, stream deleted, etc, etc. So that is going to be the same day I literally went to the live stream and basically talk about what happened to the previous live stream, which got deleted by YouTube themselves. Now, here's where it gets a little bit confusing, alright? And I'm sure you guys are going to be aware by now that I strongly believe when it comes to YouTube, they are using AI to basically detect all of these characters, alright, or all of this art, and try to determine if it's going to be too much or not. So here is going to be the specific mention that basically got this particular stream into a strike. Now as you can see, I'm just going to censor the entire thing, not going to take any risk, right? But this is going to be what they mentioned specifically, right? So nudity and sexual content policy specifically, content with nudity that's meant to be sexually gratifying, that's a term that they use right here, right? Sexually gratifying isn't allowed on YouTube. This includes content that shows real, animated, or illustrated individuals. We may make limited exceptions for content with educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic content. So basically that's going to be the policy that they have applied. So notice here, they say nudity that's meant to be sexually gratifying. Now the truth is, none of the characters that I show was nude at all. They are all wearing clothes. Now maybe it's because it's too much. So the AI basically detect it that way and flag that under this category, which I do think that sometimes that do be happening sometimes, and you know, there's nothing that you can really do about it, right? Now that character in question is going to be this particular character from Brown Dust 2. Now I can't show the full, you know, uncensored version because that's going to be what's got me in trouble in the first place. Now I honestly think this character is fine, alright? If you guys can look at the picture itself, sure, she's wearing like panties down there, but other than that, I feel like her overall design is not too much. So I'm not too sure why YouTube flagged that particular stream, because it just doesn't make sense. So now this is going to be a big problem moving forward with how I have to make my content, because before this, it's going to be very, very easy. If the character has nudity, it's not allowed on YouTube. As long as they're wearing clothes, some sort of clothes, then they should be allowed on YouTube, right? Now seems like that rule has changed ever since, because now you have to determine, like in this case me, I have to determine what is going to be too much. Because if a character is going to be too much, then YouTube is going to flag that and basically just remove it under a violation, which I do think is going to be what happened with my case right here. Now the thing that's confusing for me though, what is going to be the one that's too much and what is not too much? Because at the end of the day, it's very confusing when it comes to this. Last week, I played this particular game called Taimanin Squad. I'm sure you guys are aware with how Taimanin Squad is. As you can see, this game also has a bunch of fan service with the characters and stuff. And some characters I do think can be a little bit too much. But guess what? YouTube doesn't seem to have any problem with that. Now, YouTube did something with this particular video though. As you can see, they did send me an email right here. Hey GuitarRock, first, it looks like Taimanin Squad reroll guide and tier list, worst Guna game of 2026, may not be appropriate for younger audiences under our community guidelines. Therefore, we place an age restriction on it. So what is an age restriction? Basically, it doesn't really affect the video. It will still be there, but if you're under the age of 18 years old, you cannot watch it, right? Basically, you have to sign in to a YouTube account to be able to view that particular video. And I don't understand why that live stream that I did not receive this particular outcome, right? So it received a different outcome where you get a guideline strike, your entire video get deleted. Because in my opinion, whatever that I showed for the Taimanin Squad, it seems to be even way more excessive because a lot of the characters are huge and massive. So that's going to be something that is very, very weird in my opinion. Now here's a funny thing, right? Let me show you guys something. You can see in this particular video, if a video is age restricted, you can see right here, age restricted video based on the community guidelines, right? You can clearly tell this right here. But if I go to the official channel, this is the official Taimanin Squad channel. If I click on any of their video that's like, you know, from the official channel, and looks like this video is fine. There's no like age restriction whatsoever, which I find this very, very odd, very, very weird. And this is going to be something that you'll notice throughout in YouTube. There's going to be this inconsistency that some channel may get affected with certain things and other channel may not. So I feel like my channel, perhaps there's like way more restrictions under it, and it's really hard to prove some of these things. It seems like I'm not the only one. Because I found this article the other day by this YouTuber called Jacksepticeye. Apparently, he played this game called Resident Evil recently, Resident Evil 9, I believe. And some of his videos were apparently affected, and some of it was not. And he also claims there's a little bit of inconsistency, right? So it's like swearing, graphic violence, but a lot of other people aren't getting age restricted for the same thing. So you can see this is going to be something that's happening in YouTube as a whole. I feel like because when you use AI for moderation, what's going to happen is inconsistency, because AI can't really tell all of these things that well. So this is the downside of using AI, at least for now. In the future, once AI has improved significantly, then maybe it's going to be way more consistent. But right now, I strongly believe that my channel, you know, getting this strike and stuff is just going to be part of the process of the AI trying to learn and, you know, make wrong guesses in the meantime, and that's probably going to affect more people than we think, right? Now here's the thing though, right? I don't mind if YouTube want to use AI to detect the stuff, and then afterwards if you want to appeal, then there could be a human checking the mistakes that was probably done by the AI. However, that's not the case. That particular same stream that I did, you can basically appeal for it. Okay, here's the VOD from the Twitch section, because I do multi-stream both on YouTube and on Twitch. As you guys can see, it's a 5 hour 32 minutes VOD, right? Very, very long stream. Guess what? I sent an appeal. I got a response from them on a Sunday within 3 minutes. Within 3 minutes, they literally sent me this email. They said, hey, we have reviewed your appeal for the following. They messed up, blah, blah, blah. We reviewed your content carefully and have confirmed that it violates our sex and nudity policy. We know this is probably disappointing news, but it's our job to make sure that YouTube is safe for all. So unfortunately, I feel like this is being done by an AI. I don't think a human can check a 5 hour VOD that quickly. They came back to me literally within 3 minutes of me appealing on a Sunday. So most likely, they use an AI to basically check for the appeal as well, to like double check and stuff. And probably that's going to be a big mistake on their end if they're using AI, right? Now here's the truth. Moving forward, I have to be extra careful in all of the contents that I put out there, because what is going to be too much is going to be very, very difficult to tell, because my standard is going to be way different compared to other players. In this case, it's going to be the AI's standard, right? So what character can be considered too much? Is this character from Blue Archive too much? Because for a lot of people, this can be too much, right? So would a character like, let's say like this one be too much as well? Because like, if that's the case, then definitely I would consider placing some censorship or restriction on top of it, which is going to be a little bit unfortunate, but I guess that's the world that we live in, right? So definitely that's going to be how it is moving forward. I'll try to be very, very careful, and with Brown Dust 2 streams in the future, if I need to do any more streams, I'll just do a Twitch exclusive live stream just to be safe, because that's going to be too risky to risk going through the second strike. I'm not sure what's the penalty for the second strike, but as far as I know, the first strike is going to be 7 days and second strike is going to be like even longer, right? Maybe it could be like 14 days or even 30 days. So with that being said, that's going to be the update for you guys. I'm going to continue uploading all the videos that I'm supposed to upload past couple of days. We're going to try to upload them as much as we can, so you guys might see a bunch of videos coming in. Both on this channel and on GuitarRock Gaming, they also got another strike. I'll talk about that separately right there. But with that, I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Take care, subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like. Have a nice day. Goodbye.